Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we're back for another brand new video, and today's video is finally here. Yes, the World Cup has been a nice palate cleanser from the standard of football we were watching under Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, but it's time now, people, to return. It's time to get to the main course of all our lives, and that is of course Rangers Football Club. As the SPFL returns, so does Michael Beale, and so does a team that couldn't be more motivated to ruin Beale's homecoming. And yeah, honestly people, for everybody that's watching, this is the first time in a long time I've actually been really enthused and very excited to talk about an upcoming Rangers game, because it's been one of those things I've just been going, looking, knowing the standard that we previously had, but now all that weight has lifted and I'm genuinely buzzing to break down everything there is about this upcoming game. And trust me, there's a lot from the Rangers end, from Beale's comments, fantastic comments, the change of play, style of formation, and key players returning to the starting 11. It's going to be a big episode on the Rangers side of today's video, but before we get there people, as always, let's kick the tyres, let's check tomorrow's dance pattern and have a look at tomorrow's opposition, which is of course Hibs Football Club, who at my current time of recording are sitting 8th in the old SPFL. Hibs in 8th. Does it no? Just make you smile? It does, ladies and gentlemen. But I think that will surprise a lot of people, because you look at their talent, you look at the players that they've got, they should be higher up in the league right now. But I think if you asked every single Hibs fan to describe their season so far, they'll probably come back with the same word: disappointing, because it's not supposed to be going this way, because some of the football they've been playing, people, has been absolutely rotten. And Johnson, who does a hell of a lot of talking in the media, and he comes out and he fires and he swings at the old firm, swings at this, he does a lot of talking off the park, but he's not been able to manage these players doing some talking on the actual part, people, as the managerial merry-go-round for Hibs continues, and I nearly forgot who's in charge these days. But of course Johnson has got something about him, and to be honest with you, despite his flutterings here, there and that in the press, I kind of like that he's got a wee bit of bite to him. At least he's not really the PR answers and everything like that. But it is a tough time for him in that as well, because going in to the break, people, not only were they sitting 8th and playing poorly and everything like that, but they actually went in to the World Cup break joint worst in the entire league over the last 5 games in the SPFL. That's right, they were joint last, people, with a team by the name of Dundee United. And knowing that Dundee United and Hibs are sitting joint last and playing so poorly, genuinely makes me happy. But people, and unfortunately there is a but, because just like our own situation, people, where we've been given the opportunities to right some previous wrongs this season, Hibs will be looking at that like that as well. They've been doing a lot of training, a lot of work in getting players back themselves and everything like that. They're ready to go and ready to right some wrongs of the season, and that's very, very dangerous, people, because we know there is talent in this Hibs side, and when they turn up, they are a very, very difficult side to beat, and without beating around the bush and lying or trying to talk around phases of that, we all know every single time it's Rangers versus Hibs, this team and this set of players always turns up. And speaking of turning up, people, how will they line up? How will they go about their business versus Rangers? Have they changed too much since we last played them all the way back in the 20th of August and dropped some points to them, where if VAR was implemented, people, lunchtime wouldn't have been sent off and we wouldn't have dropped points? I'm over it, people. I'm not even going to get it. It's Christmas. Woo-sa, we move on. Have they changed? Have they tweaked? Have they adjusted anything? Well, truthfully, yes, people, because they lined up in a 3-5-2 that day versus us, and so far since that game they've primarily went down the route of the 4-2-3-1. But if I'm honest with you, I do think they're actually going to revert back to the 3-5-2. I don't expect them to play the 4-2-3-1 versus Rangers. I think they'll try and keep it as compact as possible, flood out wide, try and stop the likes of Tavernier, stop the likes of whoever's playing at left back. And that's the game I'm expecting to see from them. Sitting deep, making it as compact, making it as frustrating as possible, trying to hurt Rangers not only on the counter, which they're more than capable of hurting us on, but from set pieces, etc, etc. So aye, people, it's all lining up to be a very, very interesting encounter from Rangers versus Hibs. It's going to be a cold night. Hopefully it's no a cold performance, but again, it's on Rangers to heat every single person up, not only in the stadium, but it's around the place right now, because if I mentioned it, people, it's freezing. Alright, so I need sun to get behind, people. And with that being said, that's reached the end of the oppositional preview. I'm expecting a tough battle in Hibs side, despite how poor they've been this season. It's now time to get to the Rangers end, where again, I'm excited to do this. Because again, the weight's off our shoulders, the cloud has been lifted, the frustration, no plan style of Rangers, where we're going back every single week, and the club is gone. new people. We have a wee bit of sun, and we got a little bit of a taster. Now, I know it was a friendly versus Bayer Leverkusen and stuff like that, but still, if you watched that game, you saw the sharp contrasts and how we go about our business. But you didn't need me to sit here and tell you the changes and everything like that, because Michael Beale sat there with a wonderful interview that you need to go and watch, by the way, on the Rangers YouTube channel. We're finally watching, again, press conferences that you can get behind, you can watch, and you can get inspired by, and he talked about it all, ladies and gentlemen. He even went on to say, very quickly into this game, you will see sharp contrasts in how they go about their business, how they approach, how aggressive they are, and the way they want to build up regarding their structure. That's everything that we want to hear as fans, and it's everything that we've been hoping for the last couple months, people. We want to see aggression, we want to see high press, and we want to see a bit of imagination in this Rangers team. And if you watch that Rangers press conference, Michael Beale has said you will be given all of that. Now, again, I know there is a lot of potential banana skins, because again, it is a tough game versus Hibs, but I'm not going to sit here and play it coy and try and play it cooler. I'm excited, people. I'm a Rangers fan. Eat, sleep and breathe this football club, and now that I know that again we're back in the right direction, it's no overnight, it's no a complete fix. I didn't expect us to be absolutely perfect, but knowing what we can look at the end of the Michael Beale journey, an undefeated league title, we saw what we were capable of doing, a physically side that was able to play 120 minutes every 3 days. Knowing all that's coming again to this football club has me in a lot better place mentally regarding this Rangers team than I was a couple of weeks ago. So if people's going to be frustrated, I'm excited and enthusiastic about Michael Beale. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. But in the fairness of this actual match preview, we of course talked about how disappointing Hibs were going in to the World Cup break, and how they were joint last with Dundee United over the last 5 games. Well, we weren't too far behind them either, people, and in my opinion, considering what we've got available, the players that we've got available, we were actually doing worse than them. I know it doesn't say that on paper because we got 2 wins out of our last 5 matches, but for me, we were the worst side going in to the actual World Cup break, because again, the standard they play was absolutely disgraceful, and people can make excuses about injuries and all that, but that's no for me. When you look at your starting 11 that was able to go out there, there's more than enough quality, people, so we need to set that right as well. We can't just get lost in the praise and the excitement of a friendly. We actually need the wins to come back into play as well. And yeah, we not only heard some great things from Michael Beale, but we also found out some team news things, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm sure a lot of you will want to know, because it's been a couple of weeks now. How's the players? Anybody coming back? Well, we've got some massive news regarding our man Connor the Rock Goldson, people. That's right, the Rock that 55 was built upon is back already after a serious thigh injury. This man is back and available for selection tomorrow. Michael Beale has confirmed that. Now, he says he's not at 100%, a lot like Ben Davies, who we'll speak about in a minute, but he's available. And before I speak about other players, now, can I just say, anyone that's ever thought this man hides or this man's no committed to that, he is back already from that injury. He has worked his arse off already to be back to play for this football club, and considering he's back already and available to play and willing to jump right into the deep end when he's not at 100%, quashes any BS that's out there about this laddie no wanting it. No, he eats, sleeps and breathes this football club as well, and it's shown that he's playing through knocks and injuries over the last couple years. And Michael Beale talked a lot about it in the press conference, but how much of a boost it is to have Connor Goldson back into this Rangers team, whether he starts or not, people. I couldn't echo that statement better, in my opinion, because you all know what I think of Connor Goldson. He is head and shoulders clear of everyone else back there. But of course there is another man that's back as well, and his name is Ben Davies, and I'm actually very excited because the few times we got to see the partnership of Goldson and Davies, I was very, very encouraged, and he's in the exact same timeline as Connor Goldson. He's back, he's available for selection. Again, maybe not at 100%, but if he's needed, he can play. And what I liked about Beale as well is how open he was. He talked about the 5 substitution rule. He says that's in there to allow us to get players back fit. So we might not see Goldson and Davies start tomorrow, but they'll come on and they'll build their way back up. Now, I think it's more likely they'll maybe play 60 minutes, like they'll maybe start the game, play 60 minutes, then some changes. But again, the option's always there if you want to keep them on the bench and bring them on for the last half an hour and build them up. That way, it's refreshing, it's honest, it's open, and I love the way that Michael Beale's handling everything so far, and I'm loving the way that our 2 centre-backs are finally back into the mixer. We also got a couple updates regarding our other centre-back, John Souttar, as him and Tom Lawrence is going to be scheduled for a return mid-January, which is massive, especially considering Tom Lawrence, for me, improves the first team and adds first-team quality as well. So having him back in a couple of weeks is huge, people. And just having these timelines. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just saying, players are injured. How long they out for? They're injured. Okay, we're actually getting timelines, we're finding out, there's honesty again, there's openness. It's what we've been craving, people, and I don't know what to do, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean? We're actually getting information now instead of just lies and smoke and mirrors, and I don't know what is actually going on, people, but aye, everyone else remains on the same time scale, the likes say Hollander and Hadji. I'm not going to go into too much detail. We know where they are in their careers. We've spoken about it, love, so I won't bore you. But everyone else is good to go, which is absolutely massive. And it's going to be a very, very interesting team selection and how he talks about the subs, because he talked a lot about the 5 sub rule in terms of if the quality drops a little bit or the energy drops a little bit, he's going to freshen up. He's not going to wait or anything like that. He's going to be proactive rather than reactive, and that's very, very good in that as well, and it's something we've been craving for from a Rangers manager. So he's saying all the right things, but again, people, it's been gone out there and doing the right things now, and again, it is a tough test tomorrow. But I just want to tell you one last thing, right? One last thing, because you will like this, people. Michael Beale has talked about playing 2 strikers on the park. In fact, I'm going to get the right quote for you, right? Let me find the quote. Jump cut that he is looking to get 2 strikers on the pitch, more goal scorers into the team. So there's a hint for you. That there, people, man. It gets me emotional. I haven't been this emotional since wee Specky McCulkin got stung by bees in my girl. If you know, you know, people. But the fact that he's there, he's wanting to play 2 up top, he's wanting to get more strikers on the park, is everything for me. Whether it is a wide 9 that's coming inside, I don't care what it is, people. But the more goal scorers, the more attacking threat, the aggression is telling us everything we want to hear. And aye, that's everything, ladies and gentlemen. I know this could come back to bite me in the jacksy, because there is many tougher games to play than Hibs, and again, could be a draw tomorrow, it could be anything tomorrow, but again, I'd rather live my life being excited rather than dreading what's to come, you know what I mean? So fingers crossed we get to see the Rangers team we all know they can be, and Michael Beale gets his dream start. But that's everything you need to know regarding the opposition, how we're lining up, how Michael Beale's went about his business, the injury timelines. We actually got updates, and the change of formation, the attacking style we want to go about our business. That's everything, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now all that's left for us today is to predict the cold and frosty Thursday night versus Hibs, fresh off the World Cup. What you thinking and why? Let me know down in the old comment section below. While she's do that, I will tell you my prediction very, very briefly. I'm expecting an interesting game of football. I do believe it'll be heart attacks now and again, but I do feel like our quality will give out and our aggressive nature will get us some goals. So I'm actually going to go very high for this fixture. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to go Rangers 3, Hibs 1. People, I do think we're going to get back to scoring goals, and yeah, I expect Tillman and Ryan Kent to be the key men in this game. Watch their position and look at Ryan Kent's position, look at Tillman. I think if we're going to have a successful night, they'll be on the end of son, whether it's Kent creating it and Tillman scoring it, or maybe even the opposite. People, look out for them in the game and watch their positioning and compare it to what it was previously. It'll be vastly different. And aye, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm finished. Enjoy the World Cup semi-final. I know no one's going to click on today's video because the World Cup semi-final is on, but if you did watch it, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow after the game. And as always, I've been CJ092. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and bye bye.